Okay, so I don't know if you use it in class, but we have this acronym called SOCATOA, which helps you memorize the formula if you haven't done so. So the first part, the that means sine of your reference angle. Sine is for the S equals opposite over hypotenuse. So that's the so part, and then the ka part is the cosine of your reference angle equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And then lastly, the TOA part is tangent of your reference angle equals opposite over adjacent. So if you have not memorized it yet, then you can use that if you want to. Um, okay, so for number one, your reference angle is x. That's the angle that is unknown. So with respect to your reference angle, this side right here is your hypotenuse, 16 is your opposite, and then 10 is the adjacent side. Now this solution is almost correct. There's just missing notations, okay? So with respect to x, which is your angle, you have O and A given. So therefore, O and A, therefore you can use tangent, right? So the only thing that's missing here is that you just need to write tangent of your angle. So there's no angle right there. And then this is also, that's okay, but I know what you mean there. All right, so tangent x equals opposite, which is 16 over 10. And once you want to find x, you need to say tangent inverse or arctan of 16 over 10. Okay, and make sure your calculator is in degrees, and that would give you that 57 point, it says four decimal, sides to four places past the decimal. Okay, so 57.9946, because that last one is one. So this is your degrees, 57.9946 degrees. All right, so basically, if you're looking for an angle, you need to do inverse of that. So for instance, if you have sine something equals 1 over 2. To find for that angle right there, you need to say sine inverse of 1/2. You have to do this part right here. This is not, although your answer here is correct, this statement is not technically right. Okay. All right, so then let's do the next one. Number two, your unknown is a side, right? But your reference angle is 17 degrees. So you always have to just start with your reference angle. And the given sides, you just need to know what they are with respect to your reference angle. So 9.7, that's across the 90 degrees. So this is your hypotenuse. And x is right next to your 17. So therefore, this must be your adjacent. Adjacent means next, right? Next to the angle. And this is, of course, your opposite. That's the opposite to your reference angle. Well, you are given the x and the x, which is an A, and 9.7, which is an H. So A and H will give you this part right here. So therefore, it tells you use cosine. So we can say that cosine of our angle, and what's your angle? That's 17 equals adjacent over hypotenuse, so which is x over 9.7. Now, if you want to put over 1 here, then you can cross multiply, right? 1 times x cos x equals 9.7 times cosine of 17 degrees. So make sure that they are in the 17 is degrees, so make sure your calculator is in degrees. So if we use a regular calculator, we can do cosine. I am on degrees right now, so cosine of, oops, all right, cosine of 17. Actually, what I want to do is start with the number first. So 9.7, I think that was 9.7, right? What was that? 9.7. All right, 9.7 times cosine of 17. All right, so you have 9.2762 because the next number is 5. 9.2762. 9.2762. Okay, so I hope this helps. Let me know if you want some clarification.